Hey, this is Rick Casalge, injury specialist from exercisesforinjuries.com. I wanted to welcome you to today's video, and in today's video we're going to cover 5 healing movements for hip bursitis. So this topic has come up a number of times on my Facebook fan page, so I wanted to answer it here in this YouTube video. So stepping back, kind of talking about the common causes of hip bursitis. Now, a lot of times when it relates to hip bursitis, it could be due to stiffness in the hip joint, the actual hip joint. Other things that could be leading to it are muscle tightness in the hip. So the muscles around the hip can be leading to that bursitis. Poor movement patterns. So pain, a big problem is pain will lead to a poor movement pattern, or overtraining. You've been doing too much running, and that progressiveness of the running, you haven't really balanced it with an equal amount of rest and recovery. Now, to initially start off with what you should do with hip bursitis is look at resting and then also icing in order to decrease the swelling. The next thing to do is to start working on stretching and moving that affected area more in order to kind of loosen it up and to decrease the stress that's put on that bursa in the hip. Movements that will help, you're also looking at like movements that will help the joint and loosen up the joint. And you also want to do, in order to prevent like relapses, look at proper posture and good training technique. Now, before I wrap up this video, I want to go through a couple exercises that you could do, and I'll bring Jenna up. So a couple exercises that you can do that'll help when it comes to hip bursitis. The first one is a piriformis stretch. So you're going to move down to the floor. Good, and then breaking it down, so moving down to the floor, relaxing the upper body and shoulders. You're going to cross one leg over the other, and then you're going to bring both the legs up towards you. You're going to use your hands to hold that position. You move, and you can use your hands to pull the knees closer to you in order to intensify the stretch. Now, looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity for this one, sets would be 1, repetitions would be 2, time would be 20 seconds, so you're holding that end position for 20 seconds. Intensity would be on the light side of things. Next exercise that you can do is crossed foot standing stretch. So we're going to move from the floor and we'll move up into standing. And Jenna will go through this one. Good, and relaxing. So breaking it down again, standing in a nice upright position, head, shoulders, hips, and legs in a straight line. You're going to cross one leg over. You're going to bend through the hips and then bend through the rest of the spine. And you're looking at stretching out that hip area. Okay, and back up. And I'll get you to face this way and go through it again. And yeah, bending through, and then you're looking at feeling that stretch in that hip glute area on that right side. Perfect. Now looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity for this one, sets would be 1, reps would be 2, time would be, you want to build to 20 seconds. 20 seconds might be a bit much. You can start off with 5 to 10 seconds. Intensity is light. This is a static stretch, and the purpose is to target the tight muscles around that hip joint and bursa. Moving on to the third one. So the third one, we move back down to the floor. This is supine single straight leg raise. Good, and back down. So how this one breaks down, you're lying down on your back, relaxing the upper body and neck. Both legs are straight, and then you're going to bring one leg up and then back down. So with this one, what we're working the core, the abdominal area, but then also we're dynamically stretching the hamstring. So I'll get you to do one more rep. So we're dynamically stretching the hamstring of the back of the leg. Perfect. Now looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity for that one, sets would be 1, repetitions, I would go through 5, time, smooth controlled movement with a quick stop at the end position. The intensity of this is light, and as I said, the purpose is twofold: to work on the core, and also to dynamically stretch those hamstrings. Now moving on to the fourth exercise, we're back on the floor again. And so this one, so you're going to do prone hip extensions. Good. And how this one breaks down is you're lying down on your stomach, you have your hands underneath your head, and that's in order to keep your head in a good alignment and your neck in a good position. You're relaxing the upper body, shoulders, and neck. Now what you're doing is tightening up the abdominal area, lifting one leg back and back down, and then the other side. So really trying to lift that thigh off the floor, good, and back down, and really working the glutes and secondarily your hamstrings in order to do that movement. Good. Now looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity for this one, sets would be 1, repetitions would be 5, time would be smooth controlled movement with a good stop at the end position. The intensity would be light to moderate, and the purpose is to really work on those glutes in order to decrease the stress on that hip joint and that bursa. Now moving on to the fifth and final one, we're going to do a wall squat with ball. Okay, good. And how this one breaks down, so we're usually utilizing the stability ball. We're taking the stability ball, you're putting it up against the wall, putting it in the low part of your back. You have walked away from the ball and you're pushing your weight into the ball. Your legs are hip width apart a little bit more, and you're going to squat down, bring your seat towards the ground. Upper body's nice and upright. Hands are out front, you're squatting down, and you're coming back up. Good. So looking at the sets, reps, time, and intensity for this one, sets would be 1, repetitions would be 5, time would be smooth controlled movement with a quick stop at the end position. Intensity is going to be light to moderate, and the purpose of this is really to target the glutes in order to strengthen them up, and so that there's less stress on the hip and that bursa. Perfect. Thanks, Jenna. So there you go. Give those exercises a go and implement those couple tips if you have hip bursitis. Now, if you're suffering from, hip pain or hip tightness and want some of my best tips and tricks when it relates to that, what I recommend you do is click right here. I have a brand new free report called 5 Tips and Tricks That Fight Hip Pain and Tightness. Just click right here. Let me know where to send you the report, and I'll send you the report right away. Now, if you're watching this on a mobile device, tablet, or smartphone, head down below in the description and click the first link, which will be exercisesforinjuries.com/hips. Let me know where to send you that report, and I'll send you that report right away. Now, if you got benefit from this video, make sure to like this video. If you have a question or comment for me, leave it down below in the comment section. And lastly, hit subscribe to get future pain relieving videos.